Today we're going to be talking about getting adjusted and some of the things that can happen after adjustment, some of the symptoms that can arise, or some of the things you can feel after an adjustment. Understanding what you're going to feel has to do with understanding the problem that's in your spine. Most problems that we deal with in our office here, there's been a misalignment in the spine for years to decades. So there's been a problem that's been there for quite some time. And when there's a misalignment of the spine, and a postural distortion in the spine called subluxation, what's happened is there's scar tissue that's developed around those bones and joints, and it's limiting the ability of that spine to move. So what an adjustment does is it restores motion, proper motion to the spine, and frees up that interference with those nerves so that they can work properly again. But in order to do that, the spine, the scar tissue has to be broken up. And we want to do that slowly, deliberately, and consistently. But it's all about the frequency and consistency of adjusting that allows that new habit or new pattern to be set. But during that time, you can imagine that if scar tissue is getting broken up and there are things that are starting to move that haven't moved for a while, there can be some symptoms that develop. Often the symptoms that were part of the injury that first happened that caused that scar tissue to arise. So that's a process called retracing. There's a lot of different things that people refer it to, but basically it's a process where you're restoring motion or restoring function to the spine and restoring function to nerves, and those nerves start to wake up and transmit signals that they haven't for a while, right? And that's why you have some symptoms after adjusting. And those symptoms can include things like just discomfort and pain, right, through to, sometimes dizziness or tingling. Some of the symptoms that you have from that nerve dysfunction can kind of return when we first start working with you. But our obvious goal is to get that function of those nerves and the function of your spine back to be strong and hold a new position, a new alignment, so that we know that your spine is strong in the future and that nerve supply is optimum to the tissues that they're supposed to be supplying, so that you have strong tissues with the least chance of disease occurring. Thank you. Dr. Brian Biddle from Vita Chiropractic in Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada.